Hello, everybody. Is the sound good now?
Can you see us? Can you hear us? That's
Yeah.
how I start all my live
Yeah,
shows.
let's do it. Can you see us? Can you hear us?
Otherwise, we're going to be rambling and no one can tell.
Yes.
Have you got some questions lined up, Grace?
I don't have any questions lined up this time round. No, just an actual chat inside Fishman Aquatics for the first time ever in the brand new studio. Yeah.
What do you think, people?
Yeah, I mean, it might be worth starting with actually introducing things, just in case. So let's
We'll pretend we're professional. Start again.
yeah.
Phase Haze to Black.
Take 2. Hey everybody, welcome back to Fishman Aquatics. This is Fishman Chats, Season 2, Episode 3, Round 2, with Graeme Kerr from Aquarium Adventures.
Hello.
Hello, it's first time meeting Graeme in the flesh.
Yes. Come all the way to Oldham just to do this.
So, we did do, well, you were the one that actually started off this whole Fishman Chats thing. You were guest 1,
Yes.
Season 1, with awful picture quality, audio quality from our side when you had this beautiful, perfect HD cameras and ours was, well, potato-like.
Yeah, everyone has to start somewhere, so that's fine. I'm glad to get to come back and see the majesty of the studio and all the equipment and lights and mics and everything. So yeah,
Yeah,
thanks for having me back.
I'm glad you like it anyway. It's been a labour of love for Callum mostly. I've been upstairs and come downstairs and go, it's changed. So yes, well done, Callum, for all your work. Right, so
Callum is looking extremely nonplussed behind the camera.
yeah, Callum is there somewhere. Right, so we'll recap slightly from video 1. So Aquarium Adventures. That wasn't
That's
your
me.
first name.
No, so I started my YouTube journey as Discus Newbie because I was a Discus guy. I was going to say hence the logo, but I've not got the right logo on
You
today.
did a picture.
Hence, well, it's not my picture, but I do have that picture, thanks to you. But started as Discus Newbie. That was my first proper fish, getting into fish. So I had fish as a kid, had fish again as an adult, got a decent sized tank and went out and bought myself some rubbish Discus, and spent, I don't know, 6 months, a year just filming fish is this size, oh, now it's this size, now it's that size. And more people started watching, and I got to the point where I had more people viewing my videos than I did have people I knew. I mean, that's a bit weird. And over time that grew into that, and someone said, Discus Newbie doesn't have any authority, you should change your name. So I changed it to Aquarium Adventures because I wanted to be at the start of the phone book, basically.
Yeah, but
Not
the
that I'm
alliteration and
listed
use
in
of
the-
A
Yeah,
is
so
quite handy.
I do get confused between the Alcoholics Anonymous and the car people, so there is a bit of that, much like you will probably get the same with FA, as we talked about last time.
Yeah, just no one really, like, FA is usually done in terms of sweet FA,
Yes.
which probably isn't the best initials for a shop in hindsight, but it happened. I'm sticking with it.
No, and it's a good brand. As long as you own it, then you can use it to your advantage.
I mean, I hope I own it anyway. No?
Not own
Callum
it,
says
own it.
no.
Own it as in happy about it rather than worrying about it.
Yeah,
But I went with Aquarium Adventures because it had more than just Discus. So I kept buying more fish, and it didn't make sense to be called Discus Newbie because at that point I'd had them years and years and years, and I wasn't a newbie anymore. So I kind of wanted to change it. I had no idea what to change it to. Someone suggested Aquarium Adventures, so I went with that.
I mean, it works. It works. You've got all your T-shirts and your merch and stuff that's kind of evolved over the years. Like the This Sucks T-shirt that you're wearing now.
Yeah, so these were just all various designs that I had over the years. And then Phil, as you know, from Elite Logos for You, put them into T-shirt form and sticker form for me. So I thought that was great. I had them on one of these spreadshirt things for a while, where you just put up your design, but you never see what happens to it, and you get maybe 10 pence per T-shirt.
Oh.
So I thought, I'll do it. And everyone seems to like the towels. And everyone needs a towel. Everyone needs. No one needs a T-shirt or a hat. Everyone needs a towel. So
yeah, the quality of the ones the towels that Phil does are really, really good. And the quality of everything is really, really good. Where can people actually get those T-shirts from? Like
on the website, so aquariumadventures.co.uk. And join the live stream. You might win one on a Friday night.
I am yet to win one.
think that's it, basically.
Okay. I mean, with your merch and your brand and stuff like that, I mean, you're putting out videos constantly on YouTube still, even though you're going through house move. Are you actually moving yet, or moved partly, or?
No, still preparing for the move. We're just waiting for the final date. And how that relates to the fish stuff is obviously I have a small fish room. Part of the reason for moving houses so I can have a big fish room. So the video schedule's on a bit of a hiatus at the moment because I'm restricted in what I can do. I don't want to expand. I'm more breaking things down than I am building things up to get ready for the move. But then it'll be fish room builds, new fish being brought in, me learning about all the new types of fish that I get.
Yeah, I mean, I know you're not obviously you're not buying any fish at the moment.
No.
But surely you've got some ideas of future projects of fish that you want to play around with.
Oh, definitely. So I've got a kind of a wish list of, I've got an ever-evolving wish list of tanks that I want to get and get set up, and then the next day I think about it again, oh, I'd also like this and I'd like that. So I definitely want to have some puffers. I want to have a few different puffer tanks, so your Fahakas and Maboos maybe one day, but not necessarily straight away, but more of the smaller community ones that can have a group of...
Yeah, the Amazon puffers and the red eye puffers.
Have a group of them potentially in a tank. I really want a large tank. That's the one that I can't decide what I want to keep in, the large tank. I've had a thing for Oscars for a while. I've never kept an Oscar. I know it's a very boring fish to a lot of people, but I just really like them. And I also have a thing for snakeheads. Again, never kept them. Just think they look awesome and would like to keep them. But yeah, everything. I could talk about this for hours. Depending what time of day you ask me, I've got a new idea of what fish I want to keep in the new place. But I still love discus, so I'm going to be having a bit of a dedicated breeding project to do that. So I've done it a few times in the past, but more by accident and luck than judgment. So
and not having breeding tanks set up afterwards and moving fry and stuff like that.
Well, I did. My fish room, the only reason it existed was my discus bred, and I didn't know what to do, so I bought one extra tank to move the pair out, and then they continued to lay, and so I could rear the fry in that tank. Then I was like, how do I grow them out? I'll get another tank. And then that's how I ended up with the fish room. So I had 2 or 3 pairs in the fish room, maybe 6 or 7 grow out tanks. And then as I slowly thought, this is great and all, but I want to try new things. So I started repurposing the tanks for different things.
I mean, what kind of fish is it you're keeping at the moment then? Obviously, you're going to be getting more and more and more as your new fish room is built. But what is it that you're keeping at the moment, and what's your favourite thing that you keep at the moment?
So, the risk of sounding like a broken record, my discus is probably my favourite fish.
Yep.
But I kind of separate it into two views, if you like. My discus are very much my art installation. It's the display tank that sits in the living room. I don't mess around with it all that often. I just keep it looking nice. The fish are very much floating in the air type fish. It just looks nice. And then I have my office tanks and my fish room tanks where I have the fish I play with. So the flower horn that's just an arse and attacks me constantly, but you can be playing around with it and it will be in there and it is fun. It does interact with you. Then I have my little guppy and endlers breeding projects, which again, always messing around with them to see what I can get going in there. I've got angels, I've got my celestial pearl danios, white clouds. Just got rid of all my pea puffers. So I've still got a good few little projects, but I very much have this is a nice piece of art statement thing in the living room that you can look at instead of TV. And then I have my mess around in the fish room and constantly moving things around or designing new things or aquascapes or whatever it might be. I'm also a very frustrated aquascaper. I like doing it, but I'm terrible at it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't actually see many of your aquascaping videos, or they're not as prolific as, is that the right word? As the others. Yeah, I think that's the right word. Yeah.
Prolific.
You do a lot of feeding videos, and you've done I think a couple of camera videos now on how to do certain things and find different shots.
I quite often will take inspiration from people saying, Graeme, how do I do this? Or what do you do for this? So how to take pictures of your fish I got so many comments of, Graeme, how do you take your pictures of your fish? So I said, this is what I do. Or what do you feed your fish? This is what I feed. generally, if you see a feeding video on my channel, it's because I've run out of ideas and no one suggested anything for a while.
Oh, okay.
So I end up going, let's feed the fish. That's always something to do. But generally, I'll take something from whether it's the live stream. Someone will suggest, I'd like to see you test product X. So I think the last one I did was a heating controller.
Yes.
Tell us what you think of that. So I'll buy one, test it out, see what I think. Or generally, it's what's going on. So I will. There's two types of videos I make, which are I've got a thing, so I'm going to do the thing, show you me doing the thing, and at the end I'll show you the thing. Or I've got a problem, I'll show you the problem. These are the ways I'm going to attempt to fix the problem, and then did it work or didn't it work? So I had one about I almost said the rude word there. My flower horn's nuchal hump had deflated, and I was all a bit of a panic. Oh, what do I do if the cock deflates? That's terrible. So I tried various things to get that back in and film the process of it all happening.
I also like how you almost didn't say it, and then you said it anyway. Yeah,
I realised as soon as I said that.
Yeah, I was definitely going to bring
past
it back up.
so as we didn't bring it up.
No, I was definitely going to bring it up. I know. I noticed. I listened, believe it or not. Now, there is a platform that I never knew about until about a week ago. So if people want to kind of suggest videos and get into a community discussion, there is Discord as well.
Yes. I must admit, I'm a bit of an old fuddy-duddy and didn't really get Discord. I've had a Discord server for years. Never used it until 2 or 3 months ago.
Now, how does it actually work? Like, how do people actually comment on it? Like, do they have to search for a certain thing in it? Like, I genuinely don't know how it works.
So you have a server, so there's an Aquarium Adventures server. There's a Fishman Aquatic server, isn't there, Callum? I'm sure you can put the link up somewhere. And it's much like a newer version of forums of the old days. So you'll have categories down one side or text channels where you can, I don't know, it might be fish medication or it might be whatever it is that you can ask about. It's general in my Discord, and people just post random nonsense. It's the same as having a Facebook group or things like that. It's just a bit less Facebooky because a lot of people don't like Facebook for one reason or another. And yeah, it's open to anyone. You can jump in, you can share your pictures, make jokes, all that kind of thing. We're a very relaxed community.
Yeah, I mean, Callum shows me some of the conversations you have on there, and they should stay on there.
I take no responsibility for any of them. They might not always be me.
To be fair, I think mostly it's Josh either being abused or abusing others. I think that's fair to say.
Yeah, that happens.
So yeah, if anyone wants to go onto the Aquarium Adventures Discord and suggest video ideas, and possibly do the same to ours as well if there's things that you want to know, or maybe even because we're live on YouTube for the first time ever doing a Fishman Chats, if there's any questions that you've got, I know it's an awkward time of the day. So I know that not many people will be able to watch it at the time that it is out because it's midday. But if you've got any questions.
I think the only comments we've got so far is Josh saying he can't hear us, but I'm assuming that's a lie and he can hear us.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Josh was just going to say
he's just messing with us, yes.
Yeah, Josh always does that.
No, so I'm here for the community. If you want me to, I make a meagre income from my YouTubing, and I will spend that on some equipment to go and tell you whether it's any good or not. That's often quite a popular thing people will use me for. So more than happy to do that. But generally it's just me messing about. But more than happy to take suggestions of... I quite often get, will you go and visit this shop and do a shop tour? So hopefully there'll be a shop tour coming out of Fishman Aquatics. People will get to see that.
Fingers crossed.
It's not really my favourite thing to do because I'm quite self-conscious when I go into places and start trying to film things, and you never know whether to ask for permission or ask for forgiveness afterwards.
Yeah, believe it or not, I'm quite a big introvert. So as soon as people start looking and people are looking, I get very... I kind of withdraw into a shell and don't want to do things.
I generally don't like people. I know that's probably the wrong thing to say, but
No. I mean, I think most people don't like people.
Yeah.
I think everyone hates everyone, to be fair.
Yeah. I'm more than happy to just stay in most times. I have 3 or 4 friends. That's enough. I don't need any more. I don't need to go out and make... I don't need hundreds of people to love me on the internet or anything like that. So I always get really self-conscious when I'm... Especially in fish shops or places like that. So that's generally where people will recognise me. Not that it happens very often,
I
but
was just about to say, how often do you get recognised, and is it always uncomfortable?
it's always uncomfortable, but it's rare. When there used to be such things as fish clubs and all that kind of stuff, I would go along to the auction nights and talks and things like that, and people would just I'd be going, what have I done? Have I spilt my dinner on myself? Oh, they've seen me for my videos.
I mean, the secret is you go in there full merch, hat, the lot.
Now I make sure that
Neon
nobody's
sign.
got any mistakes. I go, make sure you know who I am.
And I actually did get recognised once. I was taking the kids to school, and we do have Fishman Aquatics hats, and Freddie was wearing one, and then I think it was one of the other parents did it, and then saw me at one time and go, "Here's the guy off the videos on YouTube." I was like,
it's really disconcerting to me. I don't think I'll ever get used to it. And thankfully, it doesn't happen often, so it's very few and far between. But one of my neighbours a couple of weeks ago said, "Saw your video the other night, Graeme. That was good." And I'm like, "Oh my god, people I know in real life have seen my videos. That's not good."
yeah, it can be quite uncomfortable.
Yeah. And quite often my dad will pop up in the live stream, and I'll be like, "Oh, fuck, Dad, go away. Don't want you to know about this embarrassing side of me where I'm a fish geek."
I mean, just be glad that he's not posting uncomfortable childhood photos.
Yeah, well, I'm sure that will come.
Mr. Kerr, if you're watching, start posting awkward childhood photos of Graeme on his streams, please.
Yeah.
Is that even possible to post pictures on streams?
No, but you could post it on Discord if you could figure out how to get on there, or the Facebook groups, I suppose.
Do it.
There are plenty. Yeah, so
I mean,
it's possible.
the one thing that you're always regular with, anyway, even though you're going through the house move and stuff like that, you've missed one. That's your live streams, your Friday night live streams.
Yeah,
You've missed one because of football, which is understandable.
and it wasn't really for my benefit. I just thought everyone else would be watching football, so there was no point in me putting it on. I did watch the game, obviously. Let's not talk about that anymore.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone wins from that conversation.
No.
It was the Scotland-England game. We're watching this in 3 years' time, which was 0-0, and as a Scot, I take that as a victory. But we'll leave it there before Reese points out that Scotland aren't in the competition anymore.
I wasn't going to open up any wounds.
So that was the first one that I've missed for a while. But the live streams themselves have been I've always done them. For years I've done them sporadically. So it'll be one week, and then it'll be 3 months before it was the next one. But when lockdown kind of kicked in, I thought, no one's going to the pub on a Friday night. I might as well try and make use of this time. I've got a captive audience, and I only get maybe 100 people all joining. It's not like I've got tens of thousands of people all coming, but it's quite a community feel.
Yeah, it is a very, very comfortable feel to it. And people, like, if you want to jump onto the live streams, 8 o'clock on a Friday?
9
o'clock on a Friday. 8 o'clock if you're an hour early.
Some people do join at 8. There's quite the conversation goes on, so by all means join that. But I have to put the kids to bed before we start the live stream.
I mean, I've been able to, I've had the honour and opportunity of going on a few times in between children and stuff.
Life does get in the way sometimes.
Yeah. And it is a really, really fun vibe to it.
Very often we don't talk about fish. I think that's...
Yeah, they often do descend into chaos like mine do.
Yeah.
But mine are just people like you that join on mine, and we talk about fish only fans and things like that. But yours sometimes start with topics. Like, do you actually go onto it knowing there's a topic, or?
Sometimes I will have an idea of, oh, this would be good, I'll get 10 minutes of me talk. Because if you think about it, a live stream, if you haven't prepared anything, it's you sat in front of a camera in an empty room and no one can hear you, but there are people there, so you need to say something. So I'll often have a bit of paper where I'll write down 4 or 5 ideas. And thankfully, people usually ask me questions, so I don't get to these things. So if I have the questions, I can just answer them, and then they lead to tangents, and then the tangents lead to more tangents. I've just seen something down here, and now I've lost my train of thought completely.
Tangents lead to tangents.
Tangents lead to tangents. So I do try and I do have one of the channels in the Discord server, which is live stream topics, where people say, "Can we talk about X?" So a couple of weeks back, it was spending time with your aquariums. How do you do that? Make sure you're appreciating rather than it being a chore and all that kind of stuff. So we do talk about that, but I believe that discussion, we went from that to, I I think it was from that through pot noodles, house moves, and electric vehicles. It was that same train of thought.
Okay.
So it doesn't always stick to the script.
Do we need to start wrapping up?
Ish, yes.
Yeah. Well, I know you're finding them difficult to get hold of now. There's a gift for a live stream. Here's
The
another one.
backstory here is this is one of my favourite beers, and they decided to discontinue them in the UK. You can only get them in Ireland now.
I think I have got the UK stock of it left over, so just keep this train going.
I'm not an alcoholic, or if I am, I'm a high functioning one.
No, it's your. You can't get them anymore, so stock up while you can.
So this will last me to all the way through to this week's live stream. Thank you very much.
5. That's actually
So
worked really well.
There is a stat where
6.
So in my live stream on a Friday night, I will have a couple of bottles of Hop House 13, not sponsored yet. We're trying our best, but I haven't had to pay for one for about 6 weeks now. So this is going to keep me going for another few weeks as well.
Hopefully. I wasn't planning on getting so much, but they were there. And yes, I always do get a ridiculous gift, and this is actually a thoughtful one.
It is,
Just the quantity is ridiculous.
My wife will not thank you because she keeps telling me I need to stop drinking and drink more healthily.
Well, what we can do is we can put it all inside one of the fish poly boxes, so it looks like you've got fish.
That's even worse.
Oh, is that even worse?
Can't buy more fish as well.
That's a good point. But yes, there is your gift for this live stream anyway.
Thank you very much.
I was going to slowly just get them out like one by one and just let the stack create, but it wasn't.
Yeah, I wish we could just get started on them, to be fair, but no.
You got to drive.
I've got to drive home.
And I have to work. I've got to actually try and sell things at some point today. And do a live stream again later on. Oh yeah, I'm going live again. 6:15, Callum? Between 6 and 6:15, we're going to go live. We're going to have the Fishman Rants section. We've not got a name for properly. Fishman Flaps.
Fishman Flaps. that doesn't track well.
That's not a nice name. We're still brainstorming names, so don't use that one as what it actually might be called.
No, Fishman Chats for the constructive stuff. Fishman Rants for the less constructive stuff.
Yeah,
That
I do
well.
have some rants prepared, so apparently I need a swear jar. So I need to do a charity swear jar that should be full by the end of each live stream. Every time I swear, I give away a sticker. Do we have enough stickers for a live stream? For one live stream?
You give away some of my stickers. I brought a bunch and left them upstairs. So.
Yeah, you can have Graeme stickers and my stickers and Josh is upstairs as well, so he needs more stickers. Everyone needs stickers. But yeah,
Has anyone asked us any questions yet? No.
I say it's an awkward time of the day.
No, it's kind of a bit of a weird time. It's quite early in the morning for the American viewers.
It is.
People are in work, so you'll find.
Yeah, we'll end up getting more comments afterwards anyway. And this time means that we don't have to edit videos and upload them.
That's very true. It's a lot easier to do live streams. Yeah, start, stop.
And Callum's been getting paid now for the past half hour to sit there. So
Cheap at twice the price. That's what you need to say.
Well,
short and sweet, but thank you very much for having me on.
No, it's been a pleasure. We do have some videos that will be going up at some point of your time in store.
I've been here for a few hours today, and we've been having a bit of a laugh upstairs and recording some skits.
Yeah, some skits and montages and some silliness, some bloopers as well. Have you still got the bloopers on there, Callum? Yeah, we've got a few bloopers of me and Graeme losing our will to, well, losing our sanity more.
We're going to be properly testing Callum's editing skills for the way that we were acting upstairs. So that will come out on their channel, but I'm sure they'll send me some footage to drip out as well.
We will send them. We'll send it over to you as well.
And then on my channel, I'll do a bit of a store tour and a chat with Reese.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I got interviewed.
A very lame interview. But
It's a good start for
as
me.
interviews go, yeah.
I'm never usually on the other side of the camera.
Well,
the other side
I'm
of the
easing you
questions.
into it then, so when you become rich and famous, just remember who started you off and
This guy.
bring me with you.
I mean, yeah, we will definitely will do. And thank you for coming down today. It's been an absolute pleasure.
It has. I've enjoyed it.
And maybe round 3, because it will happen when we go to Graeme's.
Yes, you can come to my.
When his fish room is
Might
built.
even have a fish room and a studio and all kinds of things.
we'll sit down and have a date, shall we?
Yes.
We'll have a third date.
Third date.
You know
That's
what
when
they
it
say?
gets serious.
Yeah, you know what they say after the third date?
Yeah. Use protection, kids.
Stop there, Callum.
Bye, everyone.